fact a hidden underscore realms. S second home, but why Haven? Since entering the space age, the development speed of human civilization has always made leaps and bounds. Humans increasingly understand the vastness and complexity of the universe, while the scientific community is also striving to find a planet that could be a second Earth, most likely Mars, which has many similarities to Earth. Mars is one of the most important planets for humanity today. Scientists believe humans are more interested in Mars than the Moon because it has a high degree of similarity to Earth. In the coming years, humans are expected to realize the dream of landing on Mars. The time to reach Mars from Earth could be from 150 to 300 days, depending on Mars' position relative to Earth, launch speed, and the exact trajectory taken. The distance between Earth and Mars constantly changes, depending on their relative positions in orbit. On average, Mars is 55 million kilometers from Earth, but spacecraft cannot simply fly straight there. Both Mars and Earth orbit the Sun, which means when a spacecraft is launched from Earth, it must aim for where Mars will be, not where Mars is at the time of launch. Another factor to consider is fuel. More fuel could allow the spacecraft to travel faster, but more fuel also means the spacecraft will be heavier. The spacecraft needs to ensure it carries enough fuel to reach Mars and return, but not so much that it makes the spacecraft too heavy to fly. NASA scientists use what's called a Hohmann transfer orbit, which is a method to move the spacecraft from Earth to Mars with the least amount of fuel. S orbit intersects with Mars. Position at any given time, scientists can ensure the spacecraft meets Mars. Facing a completely new planet with only exploratory activities, humanity will open a new era. Especially in the near future, humans also plan to establish an advanced space base here, thereby expanding human activity in the solar system to an unprecedented scope. However, although current technology can help astronauts achieve the goal of landing on Mars, they still face technical bottlenecks in the return issue. This also means the difficulty of a one-way flight is much less than that of a round trip because current human-made reusable spacecraft technology is not yet perfected. Gravity is twice that of the Moon, for a spacecraft of the same mass to take off from Mars. The atmosphere on Mars' surface is very thin, which will create significant drag for spacecraft operations. As mentioned, the distance between Mars and Earth far exceeds the distance between Earth and the Moon, so humans need additional fuel to support the long flight. If mid-course acceleration is needed, reserve fuel must also be considered. The fuel used for the entire round trip has exceeded human imagination. This is a major bottleneck. Of course, humans also plan to build fuel depots on Mars' surface to provide more energy for astronauts coming and going from Mars, but that is still difficult to achieve. Scientists believe that many current ideas still have a science fiction flavor, and humans at this stage can only plan Mars exploration missions based on existing technology. And we also need to ensure the physical and mental health of astronauts as much as possible, so in the future, Mars exploration will still require the continuous efforts of countless scientists. Why settle on Mars? Establishing a permanent human colony on Mars is not an option, it's a necessity. Of course, it's hard to foresee how manned missions to Mars costing hundreds of billions of dollars per mission could benefit humanity. To visualize more easily, that money could immediately help in the fight against cancer or world hunger. That's because humans tend to think short-term. We only focus on what will happen tomorrow, rather than 100 years from now. Famous astrophysicist Stephen Hawking stated at NASA's 50th anniversary celebration in 2008 that if humanity wants to continue surviving for another billion years, we must boldly go where no one has gone before. And that brings us to why humans must settle on Mars. First, ensuring the survival of our species. The only home humans have ever known is Earth. But history shows us that existing as a species on this small blue dot in the vacuum of space is difficult and not guaranteed. Dinosaurs are a classic example. They roamed Earth for 165 million years. But they're only traced today as their fossil remains, because a giant asteroid wiped them out. Placing humans on multiple planets will better ensure our survival for thousands, if not millions of years from now. Second, improving the quality of life on Earth. According to British Dr. Alexander Kuhn, only by pushing humanity to its limits, to the bottom of the ocean and into space, do we make scientific and technological discoveries that can be adapted to improve life on Earth. It's impossible to predict how the advanced technologies used to develop manned missions to Mars and habitats on Mars will bring enormous benefits to other fields, like medicine or agriculture. But we will only find out by pushing humanity to its limits and boldly going where we haven't gone before. 3. Evolving as a species. According to astrophysicist, cosmologist, author, and American science communicator Neil deGrasse Tyson, another reason we should go to Mars is to inspire our next generation, the future space explorers. When asked whether we should go to Mars, deGrasse Tyson replied, "Yes, if it inspires an entire generation of students to become scientists, engineers, technologists, and mathematicians, the next generation of astronauts to land on Mars are currently in middle school." Humanity's aspiration for space exploration is what drives us toward more advanced technological innovations. It will certainly benefit humanity, one way or another. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to receive the latest videos from Hidden_Realms. Hello and see you again, everyone.